Hey friends! First off, I hope you're all doing well. This week's been a little crazy for me, so I hope it hasn't been for you, and that transition back into school or whatever's going on for you guys is going well. I had some really cool scripts coming up, and there's still something that I'm working on, but I really didn't have the time this week to really work through them as well as I wanted to. I didn't have them fully finished, and there's a lot of sources that I needed to cite and videos that I needed to link to and work through and cut up and add into the video. And so for both of those projects, I have them coming up. Hopefully I'll be able to get one out Friday and then one next Friday. And so you'll probably see that coming up soon. But I didn't want to kind of rush through it and not have something that really works for this channel. Like I said, I'm trying to improve the quality and the production every single time and really make it feel more personal, and to make it to where, you know, when I'm speaking, it's easier to flow with and understand. I actually just recorded all of this, but then realized my audio was off, and so deleted it all and we're starting afresh. But this week some things came up that I wanted to clarify and talk through. As you guys might know, I live stream every Monday through Friday on Twitch, and I've been on Twitch for quite some time. Because I haven't always streamed the same thing, there's people that have come to my channel at different times during my history and kind of cycle back through every once in a while. And sometimes the environment or kind of the experience that they're looking for isn't something that I offer anymore. And I wanted to go through the exact reasoning and kind of what I'm looking for on Twitch, and exactly what kind of content I'm trying to put out and what I'm trying to do with that platform. So that way going forward, there's kind of a perspective of what is going on with that channel, what the purpose of it is. So that way people can know going in what I'm trying to do with what I'm putting out there and exactly why I'm doing it. So first off, what happened last week is that I was streaming and I was kind of just playing some casual games with some friends, and a guy that used to be on my channel a really long time ago and used to play some competitive games with me showed back up. And in the competitive atmosphere, there's a lot of toxicity, there's a lot of aggression, stuff like that. Now in that environment, that is what it is and it happens a lot, but for me, there's a specific reason that I got out of that kind of competitive play and really tried to switch back to casual for a long time. But for him, obviously he used to watch me during that time, so he associates me with competitive play and that kind of environment and what went on in those environments. And it didn't really fit with the stream that I was doing, and it kind of felt uncomfortable. A lot of the comments that he was making were kind of aggressive, which again is not on this person at all. There's nothing wrong with what they were doing, but it pointed out how much I've changed and what I'm trying to do going forward. To kind of give you context and to show why things are kind of changing, there's this great video that I watched that made me kind of think about this differently by the channel called Alpha Gaming. This channel is run by a Twitch streamer, and he's really, really good at what he does, and he puts a lot of effort and a lot of time into the quality of his streams and the quality of his YouTube content. But basically, he was doing a podcast with a friend, and he posted it online and kind of talked through where Twitch is as a platform and what its purpose is, and pointed out that it's not the same as every other platform, and that to succeed on Twitch is not the same thing as succeeding on YouTube or succeeding on Twitter, that it's very, very different, and that each platform has its strengths and also has its weaknesses. And those kind of need to be looked at and evaluated so that the person on that platform can actually put out content and put it out in a way that connects with the people on that platform. So one of the things that he talked about in this video was that each social media has a different use case, that each platform has something that it succeeds at and something that it does really well, and other things that it doesn't succeed at. So for instance, YouTube is all about video, and it's all about video that's usually shot in landscape, vlog type stuff, video essays, usually content that's around 10 minutes. And it's also really good for people that are trying to get discovered. YouTube's algorithm is one of the smartest that's out there, and it really helps people that are looking to grow a channel or looking to find an audience to find that audience well. However, more creative stuff and more stylized stuff doesn't really do as well on YouTube because it's below that sub 10-minute mark, and because it doesn't fit as well on that platform as a whole. So you can already see YouTube has its positives and its negatives. The same thing with Twitter. So to go viral on Twitter is to find something that a lot of people connect with and associate with themselves, so much so that they're willing to put their name on it as well. So Twitter obviously has its uses, and it's really interesting, and it's a really good platform for specific things. But in no way is it the same as Instagram. Instagram is really focused on visual media. Videos work pretty well on there, but pictures are really kind of the main thing, as well as their stories feature, obviously, and how it allows people to kind of stay up to date with people regardless of whether they put out a full post on their page as of yet. So YouTube's really good for video, usually around the 10-minute mark. Twitter's really good for small statements and remarks and jokes, and a platform to where interacting with it requires a person to associate their name with whatever they're interacting with as far as content. And then Instagram's really great for pictures. But Twitch is a completely different platform, and Alpha Gaming talks about this a lot. Twitch is specialized, it's niche. And so is most of live streaming. Live streaming focuses around a personal connection with a creator. So whereas YouTube is kind of fully formed and cut and put together, live streaming is a lot harder to maintain a persona on, and ends up being a place to where people are seen for who they are a lot more often. It's a lot easier to connect with a person on a live stream because they're right there and you can contact them and they respond immediately and there's no delay. But specifically on platforms like Twitch and whatnot, it's very difficult to be discovered on those platforms like you can on YouTube or on other places. Because of how many people have the ability to live stream and are doing it on Mixer and all the other platforms, it's really difficult for small creators or people that don't have as many viewers as the already established creators on that platform to really make a name for themselves. There's obviously exceptions for this, but it's a general rule, and it breaks down to some of the statistics that Alpha Gaming brings up. There's a lot lower viewer average between each channel on Twitch now than there was almost 6 years ago. I'm gonna put the actual statistic up because I may be misquoting this. But basically what he shows with this is that there's a lot of people streaming now, much more than there used to be. But the viewership has not scaled accordingly. So while the number of streamers have grown on the platform, there's not as much growth that's happened on the viewership side. And so the viewer average has gone down, and it's a lot harder to maintain larger numbers on Twitch. He also points out that on Twitch right now that even popular creators are losing followers and losing viewership. And this is because Twitch does not work well as a central hub for content. There's obviously people that are still out there that are doing really good jobs at surviving on that platform, but the numbers show that most channels are on a steady decline. Content can't be hosted as long on Twitch, and because it's a live streaming platform, it's so much more focused on the live element than it is its replays or its VODs or any of those things. And so what Alpha Gaming shows is that people on YouTube that are using that as their central source of content are actually doing pretty well on Twitch and have much more sustained numbers. And that's because YouTube becomes that central place to where they put all of their stuff, their fully formed content, something that's unique that people can connect with. But then Twitch becomes that place to where those people can now come ask their direct questions or hang out personally with the person that's been creating those videos. There's a lot more connection, there's a lot more community, and it plays well to the strengths, the niche strengths of Twitch. So this video really impacted me, and it made me think a lot differently about the way that I've been working with Twitch and what I've been doing on this platform. And so what I've been really trying to do lately is shape my Twitch content to be more personal, to be more focused on the people that I'm spending time with and the friends that I'm spending time with, and make sure that what I do on that platform is way more focused on the connection that I'm making with people than actually being a source or a hub for what I'm putting out on the internet. I want this channel to be something that I put all of my stylized content on, and I want it to be the central hub of what I do on the internet. And as I've mentioned before, I really want to start putting out the larger form kind of video essays that I've been working on for a while. But I still care a lot about that connection with people. And I know that Twitch, based off of what Alpha Gaming has talked on in the past and just what I've seen with people, works really well for that connection. It allows people to really connect in a different way and also know that what I'm doing is not just fake, that I'm not putting on a persona, that I actually care about the topics that I'm talking on as much as I appear to be on YouTube. So anyways, when it comes back to it, I don't want my channel in any way to be a toxic place, a place where people don't feel welcome. And a lot of times in the gaming community to where people are a lot more aggressive or tied into what's going on, it seems like that kind of environment is not really what's going to work here in the future. And for those of you that used to watch my gaming stuff and kind of like that stuff, there's plenty of awesome and amazing people out there that put out very similar content that will definitely be a great place for you to spend your time. But for me personally, my gaming is gonna be much more focused around the people that I'm playing with. I'm not gonna have a consistent game that I play. I'm not gonna be trying to play competitively, and I do not want that to be the focus of what I'm doing. I've always wanted to make a difference, and I've always wanted to be somebody that helps other people out. And I realized that toxic communities or communities that aren't shaped to be welcoming aren't really going to help that goal and aren't going to help people out a lot. And with more competitive gaming atmospheres, or what I used to do in the past and how I used to run my streams, that's really not gonna work. I'll probably put out a little bit more of a succinct kind of explanatory video on competitive gaming and why it just doesn't work for me. Hopefully if I explain things well, hopefully that gives you kind of some understanding into what's going on in my own head. Like I said, those larger projects are gonna be coming up later this week. I have a couple ideas that I've been working on really hard and I want to be really good, and so putting those off from this upload so that I can have them later on. That's pretty much it for this video. I love you guys. You're awesome. You're amazing, wonderful people. I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said, I stream Monday through Friday in the mornings. If you guys want to join me there, you're more than welcome to. But till then, see you around.
What if I could spend a little time to change your motives, turn to something that would fit, make you hot tea in the morning, leave for work and blow a kiss as I watch you getting started, making breakfast for the kids. But if opposites attract, then we might find our happiness. But